go over the percentage proportions. Percentage proportions.
We need to do this.
No, sir. You don't need to do that, sir.
Because George, you used to teach, did you used to teach math?
Long time ago.
Well,
Right. So you can solve many types of percentage problems using percent proportions. All right? Percent proportions. The percent portion, this is the formula for percent portion. Like Ms. Wood said, you're going to use this every time you do this, all right? On all of them. Is over of. Part over whole is equal to percentage over 100. So now to use the percentage proportion, substitute the values that you know and solve to find the missing value. So when you looking at your sentence here, when we go to this first example, we're going to know certain parts of it. And the parts that you do know, you can fill in here, in this form, all right? So on our first example, it says, what is, I'm going to write it out. Hopefully you can see it, all right? What is 10% of 50? All right? We're going to put it in our formula, all right? We got here equal to here. Now, we know that when we solve for percentages, that all the percentages, ooh, please still be recording. We know that all the percentages, thank you, is equal to what? 100. All percentage is equal to 100. This is percentage over here is equal to 100. All right. So, in the question, what is 10% of 50? Where does your percent go? On top, right here. Put 10 here. The next thing that shows us has the is the of. Where's the of go? At the bottom. You see, look at here. So it goes at the bottom. Put 50 here. Now we're trying to find the is part. That's what we don't have. Is part. From here, what are we going to do? We're going to cross multiply the butterfly here. So what is 50 times 10? Yes.
500.
500. 50 times 10 is 500. Now we're going to do 500 divided by what? What's left? 100. What is 500 divided by 100? 5. So the answer here is going to be 5. I don't know. We got to solve for it. Does it make sense? Everybody understand that? We're going to do another one here. Let's do another example. You sure about that, James? So we're going to keep the formula up. We'll just erase this part. And we're going to color code it this time. This time, let's color code it so we can get a difference. So we got is blue. Make of orange. Let's make the percentage whole part is 100. Thank you, sir.
Something, Bill. Need a eraser.
Alright. So let's write it out. What's question number 2? Example number 2, missing hole. So that was the missing part. This is gonna be the missing hole. So each time on the question, different parts will be missing. But now that you have the formula, you know which parts are missing, and which part you need to solve for according to what the question's asked. So the next question is, Mr. Zakai, what is the next question asked?
5 is 10% of what?
5 is 10% of what number? So we have 5 is 10% of what number? Of what number? So, according to this sentence, what do we know? What do we have? We have the 5, what's your clue word? Is. 5 is. So we know what is part is. What else do we know?
That the 10 is.
10%? Yes. We know what the percentage is. The percent is 10. 10%. It's over. We know 10. We solve a percentage. It's out of hundreds. So now we're missing the what? The of. Yes, we're missing the of. How are we going to solve for this again? Cross multiply. Which one will we cross multiply? 100 times 5. 5 times 100. That equals what?
50.
No.
500.
500. And we're going to divide that by what?
10.
Divided by 10. Good, which gives us
50.
50. The number, the answer is 50. That make sense? Are we getting this, Mr. Hunter? Mr. Adams? Does it make sense to you?
Yes, sir.
Does this color code help?
Yes, sir.
Does color coding help you? Mr. Zakai, Mr. Murray?
Yeah.
What about you, Mr. McCoy? Does this help? Having it color coded? All right. Yes. Now the last part is the missing percent. The missing percent. Let's try it again. Let's use our color code. Said what? Who can read the next question? What's the next question? It says what? What percent?
50 is 5.
Okay. What percent of what?
50.
Percent of, that's a key word there, of 50 or percent of 50 is 5. So we have a formula. We asking what percent of 50 is 5. So we're looking for the percent. So we don't know what the percent is. So we have everything else but the percent. Make sure I put it in here, right? What color, what number is blue? Where should the blue color go?
100 on the bottom.
Where? This blue,
Oh.
this blue 5, where does it go?
On the top, where it is.
Yes, is. That is your is. It's 5. What's that bottom number? Of. Yes, what number should go there?
50.
50. Good. 50. Now what do we do?
Cross multiply.
We're gonna cross multiply. What are we cross multiplying?
Which one we
5
on?
and 100.
Which one we on?
The third one, Mr. McCoy. What's 5 times 100?
Which one the
500.
third one?
500.
Which one the third one?
Right there.
This
Yes, sir. And what are we dividing by?
50.
50. And our answer?
10.
10. Good. Answer here is 10. Good. Well, it's making sense to everybody?
Yes.
You got it?
Yes.
What we're gonna do now, we're gonna go through some examples here.
What about this? The bottom.
Yes, sir. We're about to do that. We're actually about to go through that. Please. So we'll leave that up. We'll leave the formula up. Let's go to second one there. What percent of 20 is 7? So let's write that out. What percent of what percent of 20 is 7? What percent of 20 is 7? What percent of 20 is 7? We got our key words there. What percent of 20 is 7? So we're looking for what?
For
What are we looking for? The
2%.
the percentage. So we don't know the percentage. But what do we know? We do know,
That
we know the of,
That's
good. The of is what?
on the bottom,
Yes, what number is it?
20.
20. And then we know the is, which is
we on this
Is
one.
7.
7. Yes, no, sir. It's 7. It's 7. And what? And when we're doing percentage is always what?
On the bottom,
On the bottom, how much is it?
100.
Always 100. Good. So we're looking for this percent. How are we gonna find that?
Cross multiply.
We'll cross multiply what?
7 and 100.
7 times 100 is what?
700.
Yes, 700. And 700 divided by what?
What? 20.
By 20. And what is that?
35.
Yeah.
What?
Wait. Yeah.
Yes, 35. The percent, the answer is 35%. Good, Mr. Adams. Huh? Everybody understanding that? We're good? We got this down? We got this wrote down? Show your work there, James. Yep, show your work. Let me see you show your work. Wait, what did you cross multiply? No, that's the answer you got. So you had to cross multiply 7 and 100. show your work? Yep, show your work. You ready to move on to the next one? Alright, move on to the third one. What is 35% of 590? What is? We have what, 35%? 35% of, another keyword, of 590. 590. So we're looking to try to find the is. We're looking for the is. So we have 35%, right? We have 35 percentage. We have the percentage, which is 35. 35 over 100. If we're looking for the is, then we have the of, and the of is how, what is the of?
The 590.
590, 590. Yes. So we're looking for the is. How are we gonna find that is?
Cross multiply.
We're gonna cross multiply. What do we cross multiply?
Well, 590 and 35.
Right. 590 times 35. How much is that? What does it give us?
It gives us
How much?
this is
Two.
zero.
2,000.
2,600.
20,000, sorry, 20,000. 600 what?
65.
650. Divided by what? What are we gonna take that and divide it by?
100.
We're gonna take it divided by 100. That gives us what?
20,605. 650. Oh, I multiplied.
Yeah, divide that. We'll put a decimal in there. That's not decimal, that's a comma. So 20,650 divided by 100. Get 206.5. So your answer here is 206.5. 206.5. Any questions?
No.
Everybody seems to understand
We're done.
what we're doing? Now I have a worksheet for you that, I want you to do. That has 2 or 3 problems. This is your exit ticket out of the door, and I will walk around. I will help you solve it. So, to get some work done. Yeah. Mr. Murray, you can use your notes. If you need to have a question, ask, and I will certainly help you. I'll get you a calculator.